you all are on the essentially the command deck of this oil tanker. A number of different, I guess, like communications workers, like Brotherhood of Steel style communications workers, are just kind of like stunned. There's probably like 4 or 5 of them hanging about. Madame Elvance is sitting in a chair, but the windows in front of you, these kind of like giant bay windows, are broken because Paladin Buffon in full power armor has grabbed Marty Buffon and has jettisoned himself through the window, falling down below. Mainly, this room consists of a number of different control panels. It's about ship navigation, life preserver here and there. Mainly just about navigation and ship stuff. There's a few things to address, like Madame Alvance, some of the workers. That you could also loot the dead body of the brain in a jar man that you just killed. So I will open it up now to you all. You all can enjoy and have some fun.
I'm keeping my weapon trained on Madame Malavance, considering she's presumably the one causing the well, I don't know, because she wasn't the voodoo lady, right?
Right,
Malavance could just tell that. Yeah, Malavance could just tell the future, but presumably she's part of this particular outfit. So we're going to secure her.
Okay. She kind of looks at you, Lonnie, and like your group of soldiers that you have, and she puts her hands up and she says, I'm just doing what I was told. That's all I've decided to do, is exactly as I was told. And so since Marty isn't here anymore, I'll leave it be. I don't know who you all are, but clearly you have control of the situation. So I'll just hang out here.
Do you find it concerning that you weren't important enough to warrant being part of the escape route?
That's a great philosophical question. Frankly, I didn't see any of this happening, which is not par for my course, I would say. So, I mean, I guess I would be a little upset at Paladin Buffon for not taking me with him to escape, because now I'm just kind of at the mercy of somebody that I have no idea who they are.
So you said you were only doing what you were told to do. What were you told to do?
Hold on a second.
Oh,
Mardi Gras. Does she react at all saying that?
honey, I'm afraid that just doesn't work on us. The 7 of us, we've been programmed. We're capable of our free thoughts, and that's one way that we've managed to work together for so many years now.
Well, bullets work in your brain pretty well, so I guess we always got that, don't we?
Did that trigger any of us just by chance?
Or, yeah, anybody with us, I guess.
Let's read the room real quick after he drops Mardi Gras. Is anyone frothing at the mouth?
I don't think anybody's frothing at the mouth, because you just said it, and it's more like clearly. Well, I don't really know. So no, I don't think anybody actually reacts to that.
All right.
Pep's gonna go take a look at these boat controls, to see if it looks as though they actually are doing anything to control the giant crawfish monster.
Yeah, do perception plus science for difficulty 1.
Let's get to that ye old character sheet.
Ye old.
There we go.
Been a while.
Okay. We're doing, I'm sorry, perception and
Science.
science.
Oh.
Oh, we're off to a great start.
Here we go.
Goody.
So you go and you start looking at these control mechanisms, and you're just kind of like looking around, and who you bump into one of the buttons, because you got big chunky fingers because you're in power armor.
Yeah.
You're just
No, he's not.
chunky boy.
He's in your
am I
power
not?
armor.
Oh wait, he's in mine. Never mind. Yeah.
You loaned it out. So he bumps into a button, and then hang on, excuse me while I make your reaction to that. Ooh, that's gonna look weird when I do that. So I'm gonna name this. 1 second. If everyone could please roll agility plus athletics for difficulty 2 for me.
No.
Oh my God.
Nice. All of a sudden, you all feel a rumble, and you hear this kind of sound, and it's like the ship is moving itself. It kind of like leans over to the side, and everybody kind of tumbles a little, and then all of a sudden, almost like a shadow envelops the controls, and then you see it. You see this giant claw just like hurtling towards you. Let's see, it was Pep and who else was it? No, it was Clark and Hazel. Clark and Hazel, you all are going to take that much from the claw that crashes through the ship. Pep and Lonnie, you all managed to find a way to dive out of the way of this claw that comes in and just absolutely wrecks this area. A number of the different control people, Brotherhood of Steel members, actually get caught up in this attack and are just like crushed beneath the weight of this claw that goes through. It goes through the entire command deck and then pulls itself out and returns to its position.
A lot to unpack here.
Sorry. But I think these controls do control the monster.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that just like actually kills Hazel and I. Since it's vicious. It for sure kills Clark.
Okay.
Let's not do that again then.
Hazel, you can't talk. You're also dead.
Is everyone dead?
I'm not dead.
How many hit points did you have?
I had 21.
You have 20. Oh,
I healed myself back up.
Clark is a squishy boy. Clark's
Clark
dead.
said, I just have some food. Let me drink some of this melon juice. I don't need a stim pack.
Yeah, so Clark has 0 hit points exactly.
Okay, all right. Hazel's gonna move over to. Well, am I grappled?
Hold on a second. Are we counting damage resistance for this?
That's a good question.
It's a physical. It doesn't have piercing, but it is vicious.
Yeah, so your DR counts.
Okay.
Okay.
That's helpful. I'm not dead then.
Oh, okay. So you're not dead.
Very nearly.
So so Hazel didn't take quite that much damage, but she still took some damage. It was a giant claw.
Yeah, it does 16 with the vicious effect. Just by the way.
Nasty. Okay.
Yeah.
It's a
Okay,
kaiju. It's gonna hurt.
Yeah, no, I got sucker punched by a kaiju. It hurts. I'm not
It's
dead.
fine. It's fine.
We're fine.
We're
fine. We're fine. Okay. So we're not grappled though. We just got. Well, I wouldn't say our
Crushed.
noses bloodied. Yeah, we just got crushed, but we're okay. So
Okay.
I don't need to rush over to where Clark is to get him back up, but I am going to go over and give him a medicine check because I prefer
you
not
can
to have
do
him die.
intelligence plus medicine for difficulty 2, and if you do that, you can use your first kit to heal him for 4.
Yes, I would like to do that, and with
Sure,
the
yeah.
kit. So, okay, I have 1 success, and then the 4.
I'll do 2 HP back for him.
Yes, please.
All right.
Yeah, 2 HP back. Another side effect of this, effectively claw crushing through that, is that panel that you had touched, Pep. That's just completely gone, along with most of the panels and buttons that were in here. The electronics are completely destroyed. I don't know if you've ever. I recently watched a video of a cruise ship run into another cruise ship, and it's just like kind of like the whole section of it just like collapses on itself. That's pretty much what has happened, and you all have avoided that damage.
But at what cost?
Reactions, anyone?
Yeah, there's a lot to unpack here. I want to get a sense of the remaining crew up on this section of the deck. You said there were some Brotherhood of Steel that were operating things. Are they? Do they seem to be under the psychedelic control of Voodoo Lady? Like, do they have? They are not.
Not under the psychedelic control of the Voodoo Lady.
Okay, so presumably
half of them are dead. So there's only like 2 of them now. Plus half of your troops are dead. So there's only like 4 of them.
Okay.
Okay. Can we get some of the? Can we get some of the sound blockers off of our dead guys and put them on the guys who are alive but not on team Don't Die by Kaiju?
I mean, yeah, you certainly can. Yeah.
Okay. I
These
think
people are
that's
also under the mind control, so they were just doing communications work for be fun.
right.
So I guess I will try to consolidate forces here and get intel about the operations here. Because if they were the ones operating the panels, presumably they know what they did without triggering claw attacks routinely.
Yeah. You can ask 3 questions to them. I'm allowing 3 questions, and then an event will happen. So I will answer them truthfully based on what they know. So go ahead and ask them 3 questions about the whole operation.
Okay. What did these machines control?
Effectively, you learned that these machines controlled the not only the like kaiju itself and a lot of their limbs. They controlled a lot of the harvesting that's going on to harvest the blue goo into the tanker from the kaiju. So effectively, this control station was connected to a nervous system that was able to control it, but is also able to control positioning, steering, moving capability. But it was also able to manage all of the pumping and kind of harvesting of the blue goo.
Okay. After the claw attack, what functions still exist?
That I think that there would be none easily accessible. Like you could probably hotwire something, but none easily accessible. No.
So
You could probably
this
stick some wires together and hope it does the thing.
So this isn't one of my questions. This thing's effectively like continuing the last known command, which is to run a collision course into the southeastern part of the United States.
Yes.
Okay. Does anyone else have a question they'd like to have answered?
I would like to take a minute to heal myself up as well before you ask this question. Not trying to
I just
over
wanna
meta
ask-
game here, but that hurt.
I just
Yeah,
want to
science
ask
plus
Pep.
medicine for difficulty 2.
Okay.
I just want to ask Pep why he is the way that he is.
I have a natural curiosity about the world.
Why are
So-
any of us the way we are?
Oh, God.
You see Clark still laid out on the floor eating mole rat chunks, just very under his breath cursing Pep.
If everyone
Hazel,
has
you got 2 successes, so you heal for 4.
Okay.
if everyone's in a position for me to trigger the next event, I think my next question will be, what was Paladin Buffont and Marty's Buffont next move?
Okay. You learn to the best of their ability that they are effectively trying to cleanse the land, and they're using this kaiju to effectively eradicate life. And if they do that, they will have like effectively a fertile land that they can use to rebuild in like 100, 200 years. So on all the destruction that'll happen, life will return. Things will like there will be almost like a new bloom in that like fallout perspective. That's their end game for using the Gulf entity.
Gotcha. That's like the big picture stuff. Do they know where he was literally going to go? Like, and the next step is we go to the super or secret or layer.
So he effectively says that he is going down into the monster itself, and with that, the floor tips. You hear a creaking. You hear this like kind of cranking, and then it's almost like the top of kind of like the window portion of the floor bumps down. And then some of the like equipment and stuff starts sliding towards the front, and then it bumps down again, and now you all are sliding. So I'm gonna need everybody to do an athletics and agility for 1 to see what you do. Yeah, everybody passes. Yeah. So you all managed to not get hurt on the way down, but you are effectively doing, you slide from that deck and are making a free fall down below. You all look down below, and there's actually a giant hole. It's almost like a blowhole below you. You all are kind of like falling towards. At the bottom of it, you effectively enter this creature. It's kind of like gooey red everywhere. It's this giant hole. It's going in. Everything looks slimy, kind of like weird, like bluish veins running along this creature. And below you is this waterway that you all fall into, and it rapidly sends you down effectively the lane. So now that you all have done that, I'm going to draw your attention to the map. You all are at section 1, which is some time, I guess, has passed, maybe like, 5 minutes or so of this like rapid ways.
World's
you all managed to
longest
catch yourself on this
water slide.
Little Goonies.
Correct. Slide. You all managed to catch yourself on this kind of like it's almost like a poolish area where there's this wooden dock attached to what looks like a vault door. So you all can have grabbed onto these logs. You've pulled yourself up. You're now sitting on this dock. At the dock, there is a boat that's right there. The vault door itself has been cracked open, so that you can find a way into that. The water itself looks like it wouldn't you per se, but it is very deep. It would be very tough to swim upstream against the current. So that is kind of where you are at. So I'll let you all do that now.
I'm probably going to try to find whatever flat land I can just to sit down and catch my breath. That was pretty exhilarating. Going down the fleshy epithelial slide with the big blue veins, and yeah, that's going to take a moment to parse, catch my breath. Hopefully everyone else is doing the same.
Pep's going to point out that there's a vault inside of a giant sea monster.
I'm curious if that's the vault.
Tech do?
Yeah, I'm curious if this is the vault that we ejected out of Old Islands and it got et by this monster. Or Vault Tech put a vault in a giant crayfish.
I'd put my money on the first one.
Or they put a crayfish in a vault and then something happened and then
they put a miniature vault inside of a regular sized crayfish, and the radiation made them all grow together.
Made them all big. And you know what?
Oh, we all shrank, and we're all really, really tiny.
What a fantastic voyage.
We might all actually just be high as shit still in the swamp and just be imagining all of this. Just a possibility.
Nice. That would really be nice.
That would.
I think if we all just sit down and have a nice little sleep, we'll wake up
and just be cool.
But how often is it that people have the same experience when hallucinating?
Well, that means one of us is real, and the others are just hallucinations.
I don't know. Me and my twin brother shared dreams and hallucinations and visions and stuff all the time when we were growing up. It was weird, but yes. I don't think you're quite on that same level with me. No offense. I just think you guys are all a hot mess, and I guess technically I'm a hot mess too. Oh shit. Are we bonding? Is this bonding?
No, this isn't bonding.
This is
trauma.
This is coming apart.
This isn't bonding. This is group therapy. There's a difference.
Fair enough. I see no flaw in your logic, but point stands that we can't just sit here. We're going to have to do something because Clark, if you're right, it won't matter, and if you're wrong, we're all going to die horribly, probably digested by a giant crayfish. So we should probably try and do something.
Good, we're not in the fluids. Okay, so you had said that if we were to continue along this waterway, we would be fighting against the stream, correct? So,
right.
So there is a steady flow of fluid. I'm loath to say water, so I will use the word fluid. So we got steady.
It's kind of like yellowish, grayish in color. But it is flowing towards you all.
Okay.
Not ominously. It's flowing under the dock, effectively.
Got it. And the dock is sufficient to keep the vault dry and no water's going into it.
It seems like the vault is just kind of planted like a rock in the stream. And so the dock just seems to be built onto the vault, as the vault is the securing piece and the dock is more just the extra.
Got it. Okay. Does the front of this vault have a designation number on it?
That's actually, you look and it's actually been eaten off. It seems like it's had maybe some acid damage in the past. And a lot of the vault is intact, but a lot of the decorative pieces, paints, that kind of stuff are kind of eaten off in splotches.
Okay. Is the front terminal accessible?
Yes.
No, but the door is cracked open that you could effectively go through.
Okay. Well, I was
This
just curious,
reminds
like the
me-
front terminal, like jacking in and seeing if it would give, like, "Hey, welcome to Vault." Query. I don't know.
Yeah, is there a vault number on the front of the vault? Like, was there one and it's removed, or is it just kind of acid
Yeah,
edged
there's-
off?
It's acid etched off. Yeah, it's
Mm.
gone.
Does it look like it was etched off on purpose or by happenstance?
Happenstance.
Stomach acid.
Yeah, no, we are
Effectively
in the
stomach acid.
we're in the belly of the terrible dogfish.
How much acid does a crayfish have?
I don't
Just
know.
enough.
It's a bottom feeder, probably quite a bit.
Yeah, we should probably not go for a swim in that whatever that is.
All right. I guess I want to take a peek inside this vault door.
Yeah, you peek inside, and strangely enough, it looks familiar to you all. You all see this kind of like tubular scanner, much like the original vault that you visited previously, kind of lined up there. It's scanner from before.
So, did we leave it in good working order?
I believe it kicked us out.
No, the scanner, because I seem to recall Pep may have went through with the power armor on, or Kool-Aid manned his way through a wall. I'm trying to recall.
Well, he did, but in automated Vault Tech vaults, they had repair robots and nanobots that would take care of damage, because people who lived in vaults tended to be kind of stupid. They only gave them jobs to run the place to keep them busy. They can all be completely self automated, so it probably repaired itself.
If I remember correctly, he did put a hole through the wall, but that's been
Yeah, that's right.
fixed.
It's just a wall.
It's been fixed.
Plastered.
Yeah, do not touch. Yeah.
Patch. It's got like Mr. Handy, like sucker prints in it or something.
Okay. So if I recall, there was a terminal on this side, because this is where we kind of got our revelation that Clark had been here before, and that Marty Buffont was my dad.
Yeah, it's effectively an announcer voice that comes on and says, please step through the scanner to receive your ID.
So do we want to relive this particular piece of shared trauma?
Pep doesn't.
I'll do it, but the real question is the Marty brain that was inside, I don't think is there anymore. I think it may have been the only Marty that had not been cloned or recloned anytime soon. So if nothing's acting as the central nervous system brain command center for this vault, what happens if we go in?
Nothing good.
Cool. I'll go first.
So are you going through this scanner?
I'm going through the scanner.
Okay, great. You enter this kind of tube, and it closes behind you, and a number of different arms reach down with various stick and pokes, attached to it, and it sticks you a few times, and
Ow.
comes back up and says, "Welcome back, resident 432. It's very nice to see you." Leads you on through.
Okay. So far, so good. But get your guns out.
I'll go next.
Okay. It essentially rolls through you, gets you in there, sticks you for a few times, and says, "Welcome back, resident 436. Nice to see you."
Yep. Let's do it.
Yep. Clark, you go through it, and it says, "Welcome back, resident 433. It's nice to see you."
Oh, Pep does not want to do this.
Hey, Pep, do it standing on your head. See what happens.
I don't
Walk
want
through
to
backwards.
Do what you did last time.
Well, he had power
Yeah.
armor last time.
He's got
He's
power,
got power
armor
armor
now.
this time.
Oh, there you go.
The same
Problem
suit.
solved.
We can relive this entire
Let's just go
scenario.
through the
Trauma.
whole-
This
Let's go
is
through
a
the
shared
whole-
trauma we should revisit.
Let's go through
You know,
the whole trauma again.
Do the same thing again, exactly the same, would be feel like counterproductive. Pep is going to exit the power armor and go through.
Ooh.
Okay.
They work
Yeah.
with
You go into the seal, and it says, "Welcome back, resident 434. It's nice to see you."
Eat shit.
It opens, and you go through it. Your power armor is now on the other side of this contraption, and you cannot get to it.
Yeah. Sometimes you gotta let stuff go.
Okay.
Let's see what happens.
Big character growth.
Lights
Wow.
show up.
Damn.
Yeah. Show up, and it adjusts you to the next room.
I'm not taking the test again.
No. we're
Yeah,
not
do we
taking
have to
testing
take the
either.
goat if we're not?
I feel like we already kind of did it, didn't we?
Yeah, we're returning. We shouldn't have to take a goat again.
It's not just that. The last time we took the goat, as soon as it finished, it sicked clones on us to try and kill us automatically. So
Yeah, but
I
it
think
already-
maybe we can just skip that part.
Look, we're gonna have to kill some clones at some point today.
You sound so disappointed.
No, I'm just trying to, make people understand and have the correct expectations of what's happening.
I don't really like the idea of killing another version of myself. It's weird.
If you didn't want to relive the trauma, you wouldn't have come in here.
You're saying it's like a Freudian slip or something? Like a psychological urge?
It's a very bad trip.
You can close
It's a
your eyes
very
and pretend
bad-
it's the worst parts of you that you're killing.
I've already killed the worst parts of me. But
Well,
let's
kill
do
the best
whatever we
part.
have to do. Yeah. Sure, why not? Hell with it, let's go.
So
Are
you
we
all
going all at once?
enter the goat room. The goat room looks fairly cleared out. The computers and desks that were once there have been kind of like moved along the wall. They're kind of like all taken out, and it looks like the door has just been like pried open to the other room. So it seems like that this has been effectively scrapped and modified just to open up into the next room.
Ah, there we go. That solves the conundrum. You still
So
want to destroy
next
these
you
computers,
see-
though, right? Just a little. Come on.
Next, you see you effectively enter a giant area that they had set up in the middle of it, where previously you had fought your clones. This one is different, though. Things have changed. There's now this giant kind of hole in the floor that you can hear water rushing out of it. All of a sudden, effectively, this door opens from one of the cloning labs, and you see Clark in a vault suit. Clark steps out, look at you all, and walks directly towards the hole and jumps in. About 30 seconds later, a door opens. Clark in a vault jumpsuit steps out, looks over to the hole, jumps in.
What the tits?
Effectively, a series of Clarks are kind of like jumping into this hole.
They don't react to us being in here whatsoever.
No.
All right, I'm gonna go over and stand by the hole and stick my foot out so that the next one just trips into the hole right as it jumps in.
Yeah. Okay. Do a strength plus athletics for difficulty 1.
I'm going to lean in on Pep and say, this doesn't get old.
Neither does he.
Yeah. So I don't think these guys are like fully baked, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. You kind of, when you stick your foot out, to realize that these clones are like, there's like a massive amount of Clark corpses that are just being effectively digested at the bottom. You can tell that the acid eats away their skin, and then the skin regrows, and then it like goes back and forth until it seems like that these clones get so old that they die. It's just a massive digestive system for Clark clones.
So is this so are the Clark clones acting like a food source?
Effectively, yes.
Oh, I ain't having with that. We're putting an end to this right now.
But starving this thing means that we have a surplus of food.
A surplus of Clarks?
Yes, thank you. I was waiting for someone to connect the dots, but
Are you suggesting that you want to become a cannibal?
No, I'm saying that this creature that's producing this like flammable goo is doing so by eating copies of you. And obviously this goo is valuable to Marty Buffon, and therefore we should not allow him to have that anymore, which is to say maybe we should stop feeding this monster copies of you, but that creates another problem. We have a lot of copies of you, which I'm sure in your mind you probably are thinking that's bitching, but
I'm pretty sure Hazel asks who's, how like 4 people could be having one bad experience on drugs. This is confirming to me that this is actually just my experience, and I'm not sure any of you guys are real. I'm for sure this probably should mean something to my subconscious. I'm going to choose to ignore all of that. And yeah, Lonnie Fragment, I feel like you've got some kind of plan. Just avoid the cannibal thing. And
that was really never on the table.
No one brought up cannibals but you, Clark.
No one.
He referred to me as food.
Right, to a shrimp.
For the whole.
Which isn't cannibalism when it's okay, well, a crawdad, right. Which isn't cannibalism if it's not the same type of species, but it's eating copies of you.
Clark, think about it logically.
An abundance of food.
Clark, think about it this way. If this is actually your internal monologue with yourself, and we are 3 figments of your imagination, there's no way Lonnie is your id. He's definitely your superego and probably your ego. I have zero doubt that Pep would definitely be the manifestation of your id,
except your super id.
Except for he just decided to leave his power armor behind and go through. You know what? There might be something to this. Shit.
See, if there's an ego and a super ego and an id, that implies that there is the super id, which I think is definitely Pep.
I think, yeah. Pep, you would definitely be the super id.
I literally
the 3 figments.
No idea what you guys are talking about.
While the 3 figments of my imagination are arguing over there, can I what is the thing that they're coming out of? What is this door? Is it like a tube that they're like getting shot
Yeah,
through? Is it a door?
it's just it's a vault tech door that opens, to let one out, and then it closes back up. So like if you wanted
What's
to go
on the
look
other
at that,
side? Yeah, what's on the other side? I want to go through the door.
we'll do a little Clark scene here as the door opens up, and you slip through. You enter a cloning chamber. Effectively, vats of just Clarks are in here, walking around in the terminal, kind of in the back of the room. But it's massively just like of Clarks for days. No other things, just Clarks. Oops, all Clarks.
Oops, all Clarks. Abundance of food, not to be confused with PEP, which is a snack. Okay. Let's.
All right, check out the terminal.
Making a mental note of that, Lonnie.
Yeah, do its perception plus sneak for difficulty 3.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's not a lot behind them though.
Wow.
Oh,
Holy shit.
Yeah, nice. Get a luck point from that. That's 4 successes. Yeah. You start to see this like figure like creeping behind the tanks. It's trying to avoid notice from you. There's kind of like this figure that's it seems like it's trying to remain quiet, but is standing behind the tanks.
Can I tell what it is?
It's humanoid. It seems like almost like kind of like dressed in rags. It seems they're trying to remain quiet.
Right. Yeah, I'll continue to go over to the terminal, and once I reach the terminal, I'll say, "All right, you can just come out now, and let's have our chat."
This has got to be pretty confusing for them.
Yeah,
why is this one dressed different and talking?
Right. A figure kind of like appears out from behind the tank. It's a woman in kind of like a poncho itself. Has some various like animal skins attached to them, and is carrying a shotgun. And she approaches you, Clark, and she says, "Oh, so you can talk. You're one of them that can talk, right? Are you part of Marty's or thing? Are you going to throw yourself into the pit now?"
No. I might go back and trip some of these ones back into the pit because that felt pretty good. But no, I'm not part of Marty's. I don't know whatever the fuck this is. Charade.
Well, so you're not. Are you? But you're definitely from here, right? Like,
oh yeah, definitely.
Came out of the pod.
Unfortunately, yeah, for sure. But I'm not. I mean, I don't know about these ones, but I'm built different. So, jot that down.
Or are you built different?
I mean, that's quite the question. But if you haven't noticed, I have gray hair and look old as shit now, and these ones don't.
Well, I mean that what you're saying makes sense, but I mean all of this is a lot for me.
This is a lot for you. This is a lot for you. Imagine how I feel right now. This is a lot for you, though.
Well, I can see what you're saying, but I'm here. I'm trying to put an end to this. This is what I'm trying to do. I boarded, maybe like 2 days ago, boarded up. I've been kind of like trying to sneak around, figure out where stuff is, run through my mission, and then get the heck out of here. My name is Servinia. Good to see you. I'm pleased to be here, and we're gonna, I'm fixing to effectively kill this thing. So, I would say if you don't want to die, you should probably get off of this.
I'm less concerned about the dying than I am missing killing the giant crawfish.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I have a plan that I'm going to do. Now, How do you feel about these other clones?
Did you miss the part where I told you I was tripping them into the pit?
I think I have a way to get rid of the clones. Too.
Yes.
Yeah. She pulls out this briefcase, and this small cylindrical cube, and she's like, "Now, this is a special sample that I found that effectively is going to modify the contents of this briefcase." And she opens it up. So this is what they call a gek. Ideally, I'm going to plug this right into the brain of this creature, so that way it affects the entire central nervous system and renders this creature unradioactive, which, my knowledge, that means that this creature will 100% collapse because gravity could not support something like this.
Oh, so you're the person that has the gek that kid was talking about.
Oh, did you meet somebody that knew me?
Yeah. Some kid and like I don't know, his grandma was like locked in a room or some weird shit like that, and then he got himself locked in. They had these cool like jetpacks, and I forget his name, but yeah, that guy. You know what I'm talking about?
They call him Frankie, most part,
okay.
but kind of went off. They're going to the different corners of the earth because we think that there's a major thing happening. All of these kind of monsters coming up. We're fixing to stop it. We're fixing to take things back to effectively a balance so that we can all move forward. The world and how nature has kind of perverted itself with the induction of really just massive amount of terrible science experiments that have not gone well for anybody is I mean, it's truly a mess. And so my plan is to combine these two things and kill the creature and pretty much all the clones.
Yeah, I'm on board with that. That sounds I got no problem with that. You know, this kind of seems like a tangent right now, considering what kind of important things we're talking about. But you know that demon hunter guy that was in like the swamp? Was he on the up and up or not?
Oh no. You're talking about my brother.
Your brother. Wow. Okay. Wow.
What was he doing now? What's his flavor of the week? He's big into selling gum that made everything taste better. What's he doing now? Is it demon hunting?
Oh, demon hunting. Yeah. So yeah, exactly. And he had this like really cool like weapon thing, and he's like, "Oh, give me your sword. I'll make it like cool like mine." So I gave him my sword, and now I'm kind of just having like second. I'm kind of like second guessing myself. Like, was that like a stupid thing, or is he gonna like make it cool like his was?
Hey, listen, I mean to apologize to you. My brother's a little bit of a snake oil salesman when it comes to a lot of stuff, and really, it's not even that. He's just got a bunch of hobbies that he like super focuses on something, and then he kind of jumps off of it. Like it's like, oh, right. I really want to learn how to play pickleball. I'm like, who wants to play pickleball? Nobody wants to. Like, we've got more important things to do. He gets really self-obsessed over some stuff. Right. So, I mean, as long as he's in his obsession, then he'll do what he says. But once he falls off of it, I don't.
Would you be like upset if I broke his kneecaps if he like sold my sword or something like that?
Let's just scare him. Maybe breaking kneecaps is a little tough. I'd scare him. He does pretty well with just like, he needs a little bit of extra attention. Just like give him a little scare, give him like a little choke slam or something. That's what I like to do with him when he gets out of line with me.
Okay. All right. Okay. Yeah, I like that. That sounds perfect. Choke slam. All right, I'll keep that one in mind.
Hey, so is now, it just I kind of like
Right. I kind of forgot. Yeah, there's the other three with me. I don't know. I told them that I think they're all figments of my imagination, and they're arguing over who gets to be which part of, my personality. So don't worry about them too much. They're going to be very happy, very excited that you got the Gek. I would lead with that. But really, if they're still arguing about egos and ids and things like that, just don't even ask.
Well, it's mighty weird, but all right. Sure. If the more the merrier, as long as we're here to really kill this thing,
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's a giant fucking crawfish. Of course we're going to kill it. It's going to be amazing.
So, were you trying to do anything with this terminal over here?
To see if, like, I don't really know. I'm not that smart. But I was going to see, like, maybe it had, like, a cool little button on there. It'd be like, oh, reprogram clones. And I was going to have, like, my own personal army of Clarks to try and kill this thing with. But
I mean, you could try it, but I mean, I'd advise instant because, I mean, that's unnatural.
Yeah, but I kind of feel like in some ways, like I kind of own them.
So are you like the progenitor? Are these are all just like clones of you?
No, I'm not the original one, but I'm the most important one left.
How do you decide that hierarchy?
Because the rest of them are jumping into a fucking pit, killing themselves.
All right.
I think I did that.
I mean, that makes sense to me. All right. Well, I mean, you can try. I don't. I know the password to it. I can give you that, but you can try to see what you can do to reprogram it. But it seems like the weird thing is, it seems like everything's rewired here. How things used to work ain't how they work now, and it seems like that maybe everything's running off of the electrical currents from the brain here. They've run a number of different wires to power a lot of the different systems up in the ship, up in down in the vault. Where they had like this giant glass case, and now they've got a bunch of wires running through it to kind of plug into the vault and give it power. I think it's all through the brain. So I mean, you could try it and see, but I'm not 100% sure on what would happen.
Well, I don't know. Let's get the password. Just take a little look-see, and then we'll do the plug-in the GEC to the brain plan.
Yeah,
I think that's a great plan.
Intelligence plus science for difficulty 4 to try to reprogram.
Yeah, sure.
Clones.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Intelligence and science skill.
Yep. It's two things Clark is very known for. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, one success. You start typing on this, and like your clones just start like dying effectively in the pods. They're dying and kind of like floating to the bottom, and then like a new like person is also being formed on top of. So like you just like did like a nice like refresh for everybody. Like everyone died, and now everybody's starting to like reform from cells back to it. So it's like a meal break effective for this thing now.
Yeah. Okay. Well, it didn't work. So, I guess let's just break the terminal.
I'd like to think, as an aside, Pep and I are having this conversation, like trying to place bets. Like, I'll give you 10 caps if you sucker punch the next one that comes through the door. And then this has happened, so no more Clarks are coming through the door. So we just psyched ourselves up for nothing. And you're like, all right, let's do it. Let's do it. We're going to sucker punch the next. What happened?
What?
Yeah. Do you want to destroy this terminal?
That the next clone is going to be a clone of Lonnie, and then it's going to be Hazel, and then Pep. Just oh god, they ran out of Clarks. Now it's going to be us.
You know what? Actually, instead of breaking the terminal on the way out, let's just break the door so the door doesn't open. So they'll just eventually there'll just be some critical mass of Clarks stuck behind this door.
Log jam.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, that sounds good. Yeah. Sounds good. You do that.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna let you Unless you want to do a difficulty 0 roll for strength and athletics. Let's get you some AP. I feel like you need it.
Yeah.
I feel like you need some AP.
Sure. Of course. Oh.
You did it anyways. You didn't get any AP.
It wasn't stylish, but it was effective.
I did it. But everybody was kind of like, oh, well, he just pressed the lock button.
Right.
It's not very athletic.
So now as you walk through and you're sealing off this door, Savinia sees the group and she goes, wait a minute. I've recognized all of you. You all helped me hunt that bear back in the day. I mean, you all had that like crew of Brotherhood of Steel members. We had to clean it and everything. It was like a whole thing. What are you all doing down here?
Come again?
What in the what now?
Yeah, I ran into all 4 of you. You were out on a road. You had a whole detachment of Brotherhood of Steel members go into a golf course, and I helped you kill a bear. And
Hazel just kind of face palms, doesn't say anything.
So, okay. You know how there's a bunch of him that were in that room just now?
yeah,
Okay. Now, would it be outside of the realm of possibility that there would be clones of all of us wandering about? Would that shock you, given what you've seen?
That would not be very shocking, I would say, for the most part. Nope.
I am going to posit, since we have confirmed that there are clones of us wandering about, that is who you have encountered.
Well, I mean that's really strange, and it's weird.
Oh,
Yeah, we know.
yeah.
Yeah, just think of it as a discount version of us.
I mean, they were pretty effective. We killed that bear, and really, I mean, we just got one person hurt out of a bunch of people. I mean, they're pretty great for what I needed. So
only
one person got hurt. That for sure was not us.
Definitely not.
Yeah, he's probably right.
Must
Yeah.
have been the clones. Yeah. Yeah.
Did they have a car?
Oh yeah. They had it's like a Model T. Really
Yeah.
They have my car.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah, Maybelline. They have their own pep, so he's probably taking really good care of it for you.
He probably thinks it's his car. Yeah.
Shh! Don't say that.
He's gonna go back to the track. He's gonna pretend to be me. He's gonna take over my life. He's gonna hang out with my friends. Go to the drive-in. He's gonna hang out with my family.
Pep.
It's
okay.
To let it go. I gotta let it go. Fine. That's fine. His crew is better than our crew. They only got one person hurt. I literally just got like 4 guys killed.
Wait.
That's fine. Let him have it.
No, wait. No.
I don't even care anymore. No.
I can't see.
Take it all.
Like,
it belongs to him.
They are not better. Maybe they're different.